Day 45. Numbers 14 to 16. Numbers chapter 14. The people murmur. God threateneth to destroy them. He is appeased by Moses, yet so as to exclude the murmurers from entering the promised land. The authors of the sedition are struck dead. The rest going to fight against the will of God are beaten. Therefore the whole multitude crying wept at night. And all the children of Israel murmured against Moses and Aaron, saying, Would God that we had died in Egypt, and would God we may die in this vast wilderness, and that the Lord may not bring us into this land, lest we fall by the sword, and our wives and children be led away captives. Is it not better to return into Egypt? And they said one to another, Let us appoint a captain, and let us return into Egypt. And when Moses and Aaron heard this, they fell down flat upon the ground before the multitude of the children of Israel. But Joshua the son of Nun, and Caleb the son of Jephunneh, who themselves also had viewed the land, rent their garments, and said to all the multitude of the children of Israel, The land which we have gone round is very good. If the Lord be favorable, he will bring us into it, and give us a land flowing with milk and honey. Be not rebellious against the Lord, and fear ye not the people of this land, for we are able to eat them up as bread. All hate is gone from them, the Lord is with us, fear ye not. And when all the multitude cried out, and would have stunned them, the glory of the Lord appeared over the tabernacle of the covenant to all the children of Israel. And the Lord said to Moses, How long will this people detract me? How long will they not believe me for all the signs that I have wrought before them? I will strike them therefore with pestilence, and will consume them, but I will make a ruler over a great nation, and a mightier than this is. And Moses said to the Lord, that the Egyptians, from the midst of whom thou hast brought forth this people, and the inhabitants of this land, who have heard that thou, in Lord, art among these people, and art seen face to face, and thy cloud protecteth them, and thou goest before them in a pillar of a cloud by day, and in a pillar of fire by night, may hear that thou hast killed so great a multitude as it were one man, and may say, He could not bring the people into the land for which he had sworn, therefore did he kill them in the wilderness. Let then the strength of the Lord be magnified, as thou hast sworn, saying, The Lord is patient and full of mercy, by taking away iniquity and wickedness, and leaving them clear, who visiteth the sins of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation. Clear. Who deserves punishment. Forgive, I beseech thee, the sins of this people, according to the greatness of thy mercy, as thou hast been merciful to them from their going out of Egypt unto this place. And the Lord said, I have forgiven according to thy word. As I live, and the whole earth shall be filled with the glory of the Lord. But yet all the men that have seen my majesty, and the signs that I have done in Egypt, and in the wilderness, and have tempted me now 10 times, and have not obeyed my voice, shall not see the land for which I swore to their fathers, neither shall any one of them that hath attempted me behold it. My servant Caleb, who being full of another spirit hath followed me, I will bring into this land which he hath gone round, and his seed shall possess it. Fill the Malesite and the Canaanite dwell in the valleys. Tomorrow remove the camp, and return into the wilderness by the way of the Red Sea. And the Lord spoke to Moses and Aaron, saying, How long doth this wicked multitude murmur against me? I hath heard the murmurings of the children of Israel. Say therefore to them, As I live, saith the Lord, according as you have spoken in my hearing, so will I do to you. In the wilderness shall your carcasses lie. All you that were numbered from 20 years old and upward, and have murmured against me, shall not enter into the land, over which I lifted up my hand to make you dwell therein, except Caleb the son of Jephunneh, and Joshua the son of Nun. But your children, of whom you said, that they should be a prey to the enemies, will I bring in, that they may see the land which you have despised. Your carcasses shall lie in the wilderness. Your children shall wander in the desert 40 years, and shall bear your fornication, until the carcasses of their fathers be consumed in the desert shall bear your fornication. That is, shall bear the punishment of your disloyalty to God, which in the scripture language is here called a fornication, in a spiritual sense. According to the number of the 40 days, wherein you view the land, a year shall be counted for a day. And 40 days you shall receive your iniquities, and shall know my revenge. For as I have spoken, so will I do to all this wicked multitude that hath risen up together against me. In this wilderness shall it perish away and die. Therefore all the men whom Moses had sent to view the land, and who at their return had made the whole multitude to murmur against him, speaking ill of the land, that it was not died, and were struck in the sight of the Lord. But Joshua the son of Nun and Caleb had gone to view the land. And Moses spoke all these words to all the children of Israel, and the people mourned exceedingly. And behold, rising up very early in the morning, they went up to the top of the mountain, and said, We are ready to go up to the place of which the Lord has spoken, for we have sinned. And Moses said to them, Why transgress ye the word of the Lord, which shall not succeed prosperously with you? Go not up, for the Lord is not with you, lest you fall before your enemies. The Amalekite and the Canaanite are before you, and by the sword you shall fall, because they would not consent to the Lord, neither will the Lord be with thee. Though they being blinded went up to the top of the mountain. But the ark of the testament of the Lord and Moses departed not from the count. But the Amalekite came down, and a Canaanite had dwelt from the mountain, and smiting and slaying them pursued him as far as Harmah. Numbers chapter 15. Certain laws concerning sacrifices. Sabbath breaking is punished with death. The law infringes on their garments. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, and thou shalt say to them, When you shall become unto the land of your habitation, which I will give you, and shall make an offering to the Lord for a holocaust, or a victim, paying your vows, or voluntarily offering gifts, or in your solemnities burning sweet savor unto the Lord, of oxen or of sheep, swear or immolate the victim, so offer a sacrifice of fine flour, a tenth part of an ephah tempered with the fourth part of a hin of oil, and he shall give the same measure of wine to pour it, and libations for the holocaust or for the victim. For every lamb, and for every ram there shall be a sacrifice of flour of 2/10, which shall be tempered with the third part of a hin of oil, and he shall offer the third part the same measure of wine for the libation for a sweet savor to the Lord. But when thou offerest a holocaust or sacrifice of oxen, to fulfill thy vow for victims of peace offerings, thou shalt give for every ox 3/10 of flour tempered with half a hin of oil, and wine for libations at the same measure, for an offering of most sweet savor to the Lord. Thus shalt thou do for every ox and ram, and lamb and kid. Both they that are born in the land, and the strangers shall offer sacrifices after the same rite. There shall be all one law and judgment both for you and for them who are strangers in the land. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, and thou shalt say to them, When thou art come into the land which I will give you, and shall eat of the bread of that country, you shall separate first fruits to the Lord of the things you eat. As to separate first fruits of your barnfloors, so also shall you give first fruits of your dough to the Lord. And if for ignorance ye omit any of these things, which the Lord has spoken to Moses, and by him have commanded you from the day that he began to command, and thenceforward, and the multitude have forgotten to do it, they shall offer a calf out of the herd, a holocaust for a most sweet savor to the Lord, and the sacrifice and libations thereof, as the ceremonies require, and a buck-oat for sin. And the priest shall pray for all the multitude of the children of Israel, and it shall be forgiven them, because they sinned ignorantly, offering not a standing a burnt offering to the Lord for themselves and for their sin and their ignorance. And it shall be forgiven all the people of the children of Israel, and the strangers that sojourn among them, because it is the fault of all the people for ignorance. But if one soul shall sin ignorantly, he shall offer a fugitive of a year-old for his sin. And the priest shall pray for him, because he sinned ignorantly before the Lord, and he shall obtain his pardon, and it shall be forgiven him. The same law shall be for all that sin by ignorance, whether they be natives or strangers. But the soul that committeth anything through pride, whether he be born in the land or a stranger, because he hath been rebellious against the Lord, shall be cut off from among his people, for he hath contemned the word of the Lord, and made void his precept. Therefore shall he be destroyed, and shall bear his iniquity. And it came to pass, when the children of Israel were in the wilderness, and had found a man gathering sticks on the Sabbath day, that they brought him to Moses and Aaron and the whole multitude. And they put him into prison, not knowing what they should do with him. And the Lord said to Moses, Let that man die, let all the multitude stone him without the camp. And when they had brought him out, they stoned him, and he died as the Lord had commanded. The Lord also said to Moses, Speak to the children of Israel, and thou shalt tell them to make to themselves fringes in the corners of their garments, putting in them ribbons of blue fringes. The Pharisees enlarged these fringes through hypocrisy. 5. To appear more zealous than other men for the law of God, that when they shall see them, they may remember all the commandments of the Lord, and not follow their own thoughts in as going astray after divers things, but rather being mindful of the precepts of the Lord, may do them and be holy to their God. I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, that I might be your God. Numbers chapter 16. The schism of Korah and his adherents, their punishment. And behold, Korah the son of Assar, the son of Kohath, the son of Levi, and Dathan and Abiram his sons of Leah, and Han the son of Phil of the children of Reuben, rose up against Moses, and with them 250 others of the children of Israel, leading men of the synagogue, and who in the time of assembly were called by name, rose up. The crime of these men, which was punished in so remarkable a manner, was that of schism, and of rebellion against the authority established by God in the church, and of pretending to the priesthood without being lawfully called. And the same is the case of all modern sectaries. And when they had stood up against Moses and Aaron, they said, without being not free, that all the multitude consists of holy ones, and the Lord is among them. Why lift ye up yourselves above the people of the Lord? When Moses heard this, he fell flat on his face, and speaking to Korah and all the multitude, he said, In the morning the Lord will make known who belong to him, and the holy he will join to himself, and whom he shall choose, they shall approach to him. Do this therefore, take every man of you censers, thou Korah, and all thy company. I'm putting fire, and tomorrow putting his pun before the Lord, and him sorry he shall choose. The sand shall be holy, he take too much upon you, ye sons of Levi. And he said again to Korah, Hear ye sons of Levi. Is it small thing unto you that the God of Israel hath raised you from all the people, and joined you to himself, that you should serve him in the service of the tabernacle, and should stand before the congregation of the people, and should minister to him? Did he therefore make thee and all thy brethren the sons of Levi to approach unto him, that ye should challenge to yourselves the priesthood also, and that all thy company should stand against the Lord? For what is Aaron that ye murmur against him? Then Moses sent to call Dathan and Abiram the sons of Eliud. But they answered, We will not come. Is it a small matter to thee, that thou hast brought us out of a land that flowed with milk and honey, to kill us in a desert, except thou rule also like a lord over us? Thou hast brought us indeed into a land that floweth with rivers of milk and honey, and hast given us possessions of fields and vineyards. Wilt thou also pull out our eyes? We will not come. Moses therefore, being very angry, said to the Lord, Expect not the sacrifices. Thou knowest that I have not taken of them so much as young as at any time, nor have injured any of them. Very angry. This anger was a zeal against sin, and an indignation at the affront offered to God, like that which the same holy prophet conceived upon the sight of the golden calf. Acts 32:19. And he said to Korah, Do thou and thy congregation stand apart before the Lord tomorrow, and Aaron apart. Take every one of you censers, and put incense upon them, offering to the Lord 250 censers. But Aaron also holds his censer. When they had done this, Moses and Aaron standing, and had drawn up all the multitude against unto the door of the tabernacle, the glory of the Lord appeared to them all. And the Lord, speaking to Moses and Aaron, said, Separate yourselves from among this congregation, that I may presently destroy them. They fell flat on their face, and said, O most mighty, the God of the spirits of all flesh, for one man's sin shall thy wrath rage against all. And the Lord said to Moses, Command the whole people to separate themselves from the tents of Korah and Dathan and Abiram. And Moses rose, and went to Dathan and Abiram, and the ancients of Israel following him, he said to the multitude, Depart from the tents of these wicked men, and touch nothing of theirs, lest they be involved in their sins. And when they were departed from their tents round about, Dathan and Abiram coming out stood in the entry of their pavilions with their wives and children, and all the people. And Moses said, By this ye shall know that the Lord hath sent me to do all things that ye see, and that I have not forged them of my own head. If these men die, they come in death of men, and if they be visited with a plague, wherewith this also are wont to be visited. The Lord did not send me. But if the Lord do a new thing, and the earth opening her mouth swallow them down, and all things that belong to them, and they go down alive into hell, ye shall know that they have blasphemed the Lord. And immediately, as he had made an end of speaking, the earth bruised under their feet, and opening her mouth, devoured them with their tents and all their substance. And they went down alive into hell, the ground closing upon them, and they perished from among the people. But all Israel, that was standing round about, fled at the cry of the never-perishing, saying, Lest perhaps they would swallow us up also. And a fire coming out from the Lord destroyed the 250 men that offered the incense. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Command Eleazar, son of Aaron the priest, to take up the centers that lie in the burning, and scatter the fire of one side and the other, because they are sanctified in the deaths of the sinners, and let him beat them into plates, and fasten them to the altar, because incense hath been offered in them to the Lord, and they are sanctified, and the children of Israel may see them for a sign and a memorial. Then Eleazar the priest took the brazen censers, wherein they had offered, whom the burning fire devoured, and beat them into plates, fastening them to the altar, that the children of Israel might offer the time to come wherewith they should be admonished, that no stranger or any one that is not of the seed of Aaron should come near to offer incense to the Lord, lest he should suffer as Korah suffered, and all his congregation, according as the Lord spoke to Moses. The following day all the multitude of the children of Israel murmured against Moses and Aaron, saying, Ye have killed the people of the Lord. And when there arose a sedition, and the tumult increased, Moses and Aaron fled to the tabernacle of the covenant. And when they were gone and fled, the covenant, and the glory of the Lord appeared. And the Lord said to Moses, Get you out from the midst of this multitude, this moment will I destroy them. And as they were lying on the ground, Moses said to Aaron, "Take the censer, and putting fire in it from the altar, put incense upon it, and go quickly to the people to pray for them, for already wrath is gone out from the Lord, and a plague rageth." When Aaron had done this, and had run to the midst of the multitude which the burning fire was now destroying, he offered the incense, and standing between the dead and the living, he prayed for the people, and the plague ceased. And the number of them that were slain was 14,700 men, besides them that had perished in the sedition of Korah. And Aaron returned to Moses to the door of the tabernacle of the covenant after the destruction was over.